Welcome back, everyone. Another warm and humid day it turned out to be for many of our hometowns. Still noticing that with the temperatures that we're experiencing across the area, with readings in the 80s, still around 90 degrees in Monmouth, Aledo, even around Genesee, around 90 degrees. But as we make our way a little farther west, look at the drop in temperatures. It's almost like spring in areas like from around Cedar Rapids to Dubuque, even cooler still from Des Moines all the way up around Marshalltown, Waterloo, with upper 60s and lower 70s. And caught in the middle of all that is where we're seeing some spotty activity going on, especially along and just east of the river from Keokuk to Burlington, stretching his way right outside of Geneseo to Sterling Rock Falls. But you can see that activity very spotty and just some little showers going on. The farther west as you go, a lot more clouds and the coverage of those rain showers a lot better as well. So what's going on here? It's a boundary. We talked about this boundary yesterday. It was on the western quarter of the Hawkeye State. Here is that boundary now located right along the river. And the reason why it hasn't been moving much is because those steering winds aloft are actually parallel to the boundary itself. That's why it has been kind of stagnant. And we don't expect that boundary to really change all too much, at least when it comes to our viewing area as we go through the next 24 hours or so. And so with that in mind, we're going to keep that chance in for at least an isolated shower or thunderstorm as we make our way through the evening hours, with maybe another chance heading in toward daybreak tomorrow. Little orange or yellow there that you see there, that's kind of indicating a possibility that we could get a gusty thunderstorm out of this. But right now it's only a very slight chance, especially given the dynamics that we're seeing. So very low on the severe threat level for that to be taking place. And with the coverage is not looking all too great either. Futurecast showed that by 10:30 p.m. there may be a little wave that may be running along that boundary. It may pop up some activity as we make our way toward daybreak tomorrow, possibly get a good rush of wind if we do, but the coverage, as you can see, not looking all too great. So for the rest of us, it's kind of a partly to mostly cloudy evening and night, with overnight lows once again looking pretty muggy, lows only dropping around the lower 70s. And then as we roll into our Thursday, that same boundary, which has been going from southwest to northeast, is primarily going to be from west to east as we head into tomorrow. So mainly along and north of that boundary is where we could be seeing some very isolated showers, maybe even a thunder shower to go with it as well. And depending the position of that boundary, well, folks, that will tell you how warm or how cool it's going to get. I would say right along the I-80 corridor, maybe even on Highway 30 corridor, around Clinton and Point southward, looking around 90 or better for daytime highs. Very humid too. North of that boundary, much cooler with daytime highs in the lower 80s. But that same boundary will throw its way farther north, and here comes some higher heat, higher humidity, especially as we get towards Saturday, where some of that's going to be fueling some pretty gusty thunderstorm winds. We could be seeing that, maybe some drenching thunderstorms to go with it, given the amount of humidity that's going to be in the air. And then once that moves on through, how about that? We'll trim down those temperatures, even trim down the humidity as we make our way into Sunday. Kind of forecast conditions that we expect to extend just for a little bit longer as we make our way into next week. We'll show you that with the help of your 8 and 14-day tracker right after this.
The Reggae Legends UB40 are coming to the Rhythm City Casino on Saturday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Get your tickets today and catch the band behind Red Red Wine. Falling in love with you. And more. Tickets are available at rhythmcitycasino.com or at the market at Rhythm City.
Here is your 8-day tracker. You can see on Sunday, nice, that's not too bad. Monday, I think we'll match that as well. And then another boundary will kind of be dangling across the area starting on Tuesday, throwing in some high heat on Tuesday, then trimming it down after that. Could be seeing a chance for an isolated shower or a thunderstorm during that period. Let's stretch it out a little bit more. Here's the 8, here's our 14-day, and you can see how those numbers slowly increase a little bit as well, going to that following weekend, and then the days to follow that. Guess what, John? That's John Deere Classic Week. Look, no surprise. It always seems to be hot and humid during that week, but right now, at least the trend shows it to be quiet. We just don't want any lightning.
And that's what we need, because we can find the shade. We can't necessarily avoid the lightning.
So many trees out there where my golf balls have been of late.
Yeah, that's where I find you usually, looking for them.
There we go.
Alrighty, thanks, James. We'll be right back.